Hi friends, I'm Lauren and welcome to Gentle Yoga at the YMCA. We're going to honor our bodies in our practice and do what feels right for us. I'll give you options, but don't be afraid to make it your own. We'll start in a comfortable seated position. If you wanted to break out a yoga mat or a bigger mat or just find a comfortable spot on the floor, you're welcome to it here. Don't be afraid to wiggle or adjust. When you're ready, allow your eyes to close or to be softly gazing. Notice your breathing here. We'll begin to circle our torso around. There's no right or wrong size or speed. Settle in to your own rhythm. We'll use this movement to help us notice how our bodies feel. And it's all right if there are tight spots or aches and pains. We'll take another circle or two like this, and then we'll go the other way. Remembering that there's no right or wrong here. That we're listening to our bodies and doing what we need. We'll take another circle or two around, and the next time we find ourselves forward, we'll hang down, letting our back round, letting our head be heavy. We'll notice where we feel a little length. And if we like, we'll deepen it, walking our hands out so that our arms are long in front of us. We'll stay folded over and walk our hands to one side. It doesn't matter what way we go first. Then we'll walk our hands through center and over to the other side. Coming back to center, we'll walk our hands in and carefully sit up tall again. Here we can open our eyes or blink out of our softened gaze. And sitting nice and tall in our comfortable position, we'll drop our right ear towards the right shoulder, letting the left side of the neck be long. We'll use our right hand to press our head back to center. We'll drop the left ear to the left shoulder. We'll take our hand and press our head back to center. We'll tuck our chin towards our chest, letting the back of the neck be long. We'll lift our head up here. We'll take our gaze towards the ceiling. And if it's right for us, we'll lift our chin or let our head tilt back a little. Noticing our breathing here. Welcoming this time for gentle yoga together. We'll let our head come back to center. We'll send our legs out long in front of us. Feel free to scoot or adjust so that you're nice and comfortable. If your back needs a little more support, place the hands down behind you. And if the wrists are sensitive, maybe you make a fist with the hand instead. We'll point and flex our feet here. We'll hold our feet flexed and we'll move with our breath into a forward fold. Inhale and raise the hands and arms up. Exhale and fold over. Allow yourself to breathe here. The back rounding, the head hanging heavy. Then let the feet relax. Tuck the chin to the chest, pull the belly in, and slowly roll yourself up. There's no hurry here, but when you come up tall, place the left hand down beside you and take the right arm up and over. Let yourself lean over and lengthen that right side. Come back to center. We'll bring our right hand down and take our left arm up and over. Come back to center. We'll sweep our hands and arms behind our back, letting the palms find the mat or the floor, remembering that we can make fists if our wrists are sensitive. We're going to press our heart space forward. Here we might look up again or lift the chin, letting the head tilt back. Noticing how it feels to breathe. And again, welcoming in this time to practice gentle yoga together. We'll begin to carefully release, bringing our gaze or head back to center, sitting forward. We'll make our way into butterfly pose. So we'll draw the soles of the feet together and let our knees drop out wide. If it feels intense along the hips or the knees, don't be afraid to let your feet move away from you here. We'll let our hands rest by our knees, by our ankles, or wrap around our feet. We'll turn our head looking to the right. Then we'll look to the left. We'll bring our head back to center. We'll take some little flutters with our butterfly. A gentle movement, opening the hip space. And now we'll take a bigger movement. From our little flutters, we're going to squeeze up, drawing our knees upward, imagining our legs squeezing against our arms. Holding here, we'll look to the right, and we'll look to the left. Then we'll bring our head to center and we'll let our knees drop out wide. I'll welcome you again to Gentle Yoga. I'm Lauren. It's nice to be with you today. From here, we'll be moving onto our backs for a little pranayama or breath work. So let those legs go out long. I'm going to turn to the side and we'll slowly lower down. So have room behind you, finding it for yourself. We'll reach our arms out at shoulder height, tuck our chin towards our chest, and pull our belly in. With our back rounded and our belly tight, we'll begin to slowly roll down. If it feels too intense or bothers the back, bend the knees and hold on to your legs for support. Once we lay down flat, let one hand rest on your belly and one on the heart space. And don't be afraid to wiggle or adjust so that you get comfortable here. If you like, you can bend your knees and put the soles of the feet down to support your back. Once you've settled in, you might allow your eyes to close or to be softly gazing. We'll begin to slow our breathing down, feeling big inhales and exhales. And knowing that all we have to do here is breathe. As we settle in to our gentle breath rhythm, we'll quiet the mind. We'll begin to build a picture there in our mind's eye, seeing a lighthouse. Maybe it sits along some rocks out at sea. Maybe it rests on an island, guiding boats into a harbor. Paint that picture of a lighthouse for yourself. Let it fill your awareness. Let every breath bring in more detail. With our next slow breath out, we'll let this image fade from our awareness, leaving our mind calm and relaxed. We'll gently return to our regular breath rhythm. We'll drop our hands and arms down to our sides. We'll begin to wiggle fingers and toes as we open our eyes or blink out of our softened gaze. Then we'll let our fingers and toes come to stillness, and we'll hug our knees in towards our chest, coming into Cannonball. We feel our low back press down. If we like, we might raise the head, neck, and shoulders up, drawing our nose towards our knees. And if you try it out and it doesn't feel okay, just let it go. If you like, rock a little side to side. Then we'll come to stillness. And if our head is raised, we'll slowly lower it down. From our Cannonball, we'll take a gentle twist. Our face will stay towards the ceiling. We'll let our knees fall to one side and both arms to the other. It doesn't matter what way we go first here. Then we'll come through center and send our twist to the other side.
Where you've been and how you've come so far. No matter where you find yourself, you're always where you are. Go anywhere you go. Do anything you
We'll
do.
come back to center. And we'll extend our legs up, reaching our toes towards the ceiling. If our back is sensitive, we might take our hands, slide them under our bottom here. We'll begin to point and flex our feet again. We'll welcome in a little length and strength here. We'll hold our feet flexed, like we're pressing our heels up towards the ceiling. And maybe we can feel that along the back of the legs. Then we'll let our feet relax. We're going to squeeze our belly tight and bend and straighten our knees a little.
Try not to dig too deep, afraid of what you'll find.
The next time we bend our knees, we'll bring the soles of the feet down to the mat or the floor. If the hands were under the bottom, we'll slide them out here. Our palms are down and we'll walk our fingers towards our heels, welcoming in a little length along the neck and shoulders. We'll tuck our hips under. It's a small movement, but we can feel our back press down. We'll squeeze our bottom tight. Another small movement. We'll hold right here in this pelvic tilt, or if we like, we'll press up to bridge pose, lifting our bottom and back from the mat. If we come into bridge and it feels too much for us today, we'll just lower back down. If we're looking for a little more, we'll lower just halfway down and then press up again. Lower halfway down and up. We'll do 4 more.
Just remember that you're not alone.
If you've been moving, we'll press up and hold. And wherever we are, whether our back is down or lifted up, we'll squeeze our bottom tight and we'll remember to breathe. And then we'll slowly release, lowering down if we've lifted up, letting our bottom relax. We'll welcome in some length. Extend one leg up. It doesn't matter what one. With the knee fairly straight, bring the hands behind the leg, one by the thigh and one by the lower leg, guiding it towards you. As we hold here, we'll take the leg we're not holding on to and extend it out, not letting it touch the mat, but allowing it to hover. If this feels too intense, that leg that is extended, begin to point it up. And maybe the toes even point right to the ceiling. Find what works for you. We'll release and switch sides. So the soles of the feet can find the mat, and then the other leg will go up. One hand behind the thigh, one behind the lower leg as we hug in. We'll extend the leg we're not holding. And it's okay if this side looks and feels different than the other. Discover what works for you. We'll take this lengthening movement into a little stretch work, moving back and forth between each leg. Let's release here. Bring the soles of the feet down. Let the knees point towards the ceiling. We're going to switch sides, this time hugging in with the knee bent. The other leg extends. We have a hand finding our knee, a hand finding our lower leg. And now we're going to switch sides, hug in. And now switch. Again. We can settle into our own rhythm here. If we like, we'll raise the head, neck, and shoulders like we're drawing our nose towards our knee. If it's feeling too intense, maybe we're holding our stretch instead. If we're looking for a little more, let's bring in a straight leg instead of a bent knee. Keeping our belly nice and tight, keeping our back pressed down on the mat. We'll do 4 more. 3, 2, our last one to both legs. We'll release, finding Cannonball, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Our head can be up or down, it's our choice. We'll gently rock a little. We'll come to stillness, allowing the head to lower down. And we'll find that gentle twist again. Let your legs fall to one side, both arms to the other. Then we'll switch. Back to center, hugging in Cannonball. One more time, we'll rock a little side to side. Our head up or down, it's our choice. And then we'll rock a little front to back, and we'll use this momentum and whatever else it takes to sit up on our mats, finding a comfortable seated position again. Letting our back be up tall. Once more, we'll tuck our chin towards our chest. Allow the back of the neck to be long. We'll lift our head. We'll take our gaze up if we like, tilting our head back. Again, welcoming in our gentle yoga practice. We'll bring our gaze or head to center, and we'll make our way to tabletop, our hands and knees. And there's no right way to find it here. As you're coming into the pose, listen to your body. If your knees feel sensitive, don't hesitate to fold up your mat so that there's more cushion, or find an extra blanket for support. If the wrists are sensitive, we might make fist with our hands or come on to our forearms. I'm going to turn to the side here so that you have a better view as we move together through some balance work and back stretches. From our tabletop, we'll move to cat pose, round the back, pulling the belly in, tucking the chin towards the chest and tucking the tailbone under. Now we'll find cow, letting the back arch, our belly hangs down, we'll lift our head and tailbone up. And we'll move at our own pace through cat and cow pose. Noticing how our back feels and welcoming in some length. We'll take another movement or two, and then we'll find a flat back. We're pulling our belly in tight. Our gaze is at a spot on the mat or floor just a little in front of us. And we'll make our way to pointer dog, a balance pose. It doesn't matter what leg you move first, but we'll extend one leg back, pointing our toes. We might hold right here, or we might reach the opposite arm out. Imagining a long line from the crown of the head to our toes, or from our fingers to our toes. If we like, we can move a little here, rounding our back, pulling the elbow and knee together, squeezing the belly tight, and then reaching long. Again. If the movement is right for us, we'll do 4 more. 3 more. 2. Here's our last one. Then we'll reach out and hold. Those little cat crunches around the back, so here we'll arch. The leg that's extended, bend the knees, let the toes point towards the ceiling. You can take your gaze upward, and you can hold here or sweep that arm back, thinking about reaching for your foot. And if it doesn't connect, that's okay. If we're wiggly or we restart, that's okay. We'll reach out long. We'll lower our hand and knee down. We'll find that flat back. We'll wiggle or adjust if we need to. We'll squeeze the belly tight and come to the other side. So send the other leg back now. Let those toes point. Pull the belly in. We can stay here or reach our opposite arm forward. Long from the fingers to the toes, or the crown of the head to the toes. We can hold here or pull in, elbow and knee together as the back rounds, belly tight, and then long. Again. If it's right for us, 4 more. 3. 2. Here's our last one. And we'll reach out and hold. We'll challenge that balance. Bend the knee, toes towards the ceiling. Take the gaze up. Hold here or sweep the arm back. It's okay if you don't connect. It's okay if this side is different than the other. We'll reach long. We'll lower our hand and knee down. And we'll sit back into child's pose, bringing our bottom to our heels, our arms out long in front of us, our forehead towards the mat. Allow your back to round and relax. If you like, you might sway a little side to side. Allow your eyes to be closed or softly gazing. In your mind's eye, see that lighthouse again, letting the image fill your awareness. See how tall it is, the color it's painted. See the light that shines from it, whether you imagine it during the day or at night. Make your way to stillness if you're rocking, and we'll hold on to that image of a lighthouse as we move to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. We're going to keep our arms long as we press our hips and tailbone up and back. We're trying to make our bodies like an upside down V. If we find it's too intense, we might take tabletop instead here. We'll let our head hang down wherever we are and give it a little shake, yes or no. Then we'll let our head come to stillness. We're going to bring our gaze forward, looking between our hands, and we'll begin to walk our feet up, coming into a forward fold. It's okay if our knees bend or our hands come away from the mat or floor. We'll let our back round and we'll hang down here. We'll see that lighthouse in our mind's eye and we'll sway a little side to side. Then we'll come to stillness. We'll tuck our chin towards our chest, pull our belly in, and slowly roll ourselves up. We'll let our head come up last. When our head is raised, we'll roll our shoulders up, back, and down. One more shoulder roll here, and we'll leave them down. We'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Using the right hand, we'll press the head back to center. We'll send our left ear to our left shoulder. We'll use our hand to press the head back to center. In our mind's eye, we hold that image of a lighthouse as we step our feet a little wider than hip distance apart. We'll turn our toes out slightly and sink into horse pose. We're bending the knees here, pressing the hips and tailbone back. We're going to hold on at the thighs, our thumbs out, our fingers in. And we'll twist, drop the right shoulder to the center, look over your left. Come back to center. We'll do the other side. Welcoming in a little length for our back. Come back to center, and we'll work our balance a little. Let's go ahead and lift up our left heel coming on to our tippy toes. We'll place it down and lift our right heel. We'll place it down and we'll lift up both heels here. Working that ankle stability, building strength along those leg muscles. We'll bring our heels down and we'll roll ourselves up, tucking our chin towards our chest, letting our knees straighten, letting those toes turn in slightly. When we come up tall, we'll roll our shoulders forward here. One more shoulder roll. Leave them down, and we'll turn our head looking to the right. Then we'll look to the left. bringing our head back to center, keeping our feet wide, we'll take our hands to our hips. We're going to squeeze our belly tight, and with the flat back, we'll hinge forward. We might bring a bend into our knees to keep our back nice and flat here. If it's feeling too intense and you want to lift up higher, feel free. We'll hold for another breath, and then we'll release into a wide-legged forward fold. Let yourself hang down. Let the back round and the head be heavy. If you like, sway a little side to side. In our mind's eye, we see that lighthouse. A beacon here guiding us to a place of relaxation and comfort. We'll come to stillness and begin to slowly roll up, tucking the chin to the chest and pulling the belly in, letting the head come up last. When the head is raised, step your feet together here. We'll let our arms hang at our sides, and we'll lean as far over to the right as we like. And then we'll lean to the left. We'll come back to center, and we'll work our balance a little more with a single leg balance pose. If your mat is thick and you want to step off of it, feel free. If you wanted to head towards the wall and hold on, you should go for it here. I think it's helpful to save the dominant leg for last. So if you're right-handed, maybe you stand on your left foot first. We're going to place our standing leg down just a little in front of the other, and we'll reach the arm up into the air, the same side as the leg that we'll balance on. Now we'll reach our other arm out like a half of a T, right to shoulder height, our palms down. We're going to send our other foot back a little further. Our toes can touch down. We have a little bend or softness in our front knee. We're holding our fig tree pose. If you wanted to go deeper, try out lifting those toes up, keeping the chest lifted. If you're wiggly and put your toes down, it's okay. If you restart, that's okay. If you wanted a little more, we're going to take the leg that we've lifted up and bend and straighten the knee. We'll do 4 more. Remembering that it's okay to wiggle. 2 more. After our last one, we'll hold a moment. And then we'll release. We'll shake out the arms and legs a little. And we'll come to the other side. I'll call it out, but if you feel what's right for you and you go for it, that's fine. We have our new balancing leg a little bit forward. And that same side arm reaches up. Our other arm goes out. The palm is down, and that arm is at shoulder height. We'll feel our weight on the leg we're balancing on and send our toes back. Our chest is lifted. We might keep these toes down or try out lifting them up. It's okay if this side is different than the other. If we like, we'll move that knee a little, bending and straightening it. Trying to keep our toes up as we work our balance and do 4 more. Beautiful. After our last one, we'll hold a moment, challenging that balance. And then we'll release, bringing the arms down, the foot down, and shaking it out a little. We'll make our way to stillness. We're standing nice and tall, our belly tight, our feet about hip distance apart. We'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Our hand will press it back to center. Left ear, left shoulder. tuck the chin towards the chest. Feel the back of the neck long. If we'd like to go a little deeper, we'll interlace our fingers and bring the hands to the back of the head, letting the elbows draw towards one another. If it feels too intense, just drop those arms down at your sides. In our mind's eye, we see that lighthouse. It fills our awareness. It's light a beacon here, a source of calm, of comfort, a place to relax. We'll send our elbows out wide. We'll begin to lift the head back up to center. You can take your gaze upward here. If you like, you can lift the chin, letting the head tilt back, the shoulder blades draw together. That lighthouse fills our awareness. We're welcoming in our gentle yoga practice still. Bring the head or gaze to center. We'll drop our hands and arms down to our sides. We'll carefully take a seat here. It doesn't matter how you come down. Find what's right for you. Let those legs go out long in front of you. We're going to press our heels together and allow our toes to turn out. Our hands will rest on our thighs and we'll turn the palms up. We'll move with our breath a little here and welcome in a little strength for the belly muscles. Then we'll move into shavasana or relaxation. With an inhale, we'll let our hands drift out in a small V. With an exhale, we'll return them to where they started. And you can settle in to your own rhythm. Remembering that there isn't a right or wrong. Remembering that all we have to do is breathe. If we're looking for a little more intensity, as we inhale and send the hands back, we'll tilt our torso back, our belly tight. And as we exhale, we'll return to where we started. Find your rhythm with it. Don't be afraid to try out the movement to see if it works for you. Our heels press together. Our belly pulls in tight as we tilt back. Our breath becoming a source of strength and renewal. And in our mind's eye, we see that lighthouse. We've built it for ourselves here. Now we'll imagine ourselves there. Maybe we sit below it, the shore, or waves near us. Maybe we climb the spiral staircase upward. Maybe our lighthouse has a balcony and we stand out, taking in that view. Working at our own pace, we'll take another breath or two like this. And then eventually, we'll return to where we started. Our hands resting on the thighs, the back tall. We'll find our regular breath rhythm. That lighthouse filling our awareness as we turn our head, looking all the way right. And then all the way left. Bringing the head back to center, we'll flex our feet here, and with our breath, we'll fold forward. Inhale, reach the hands and arms up. Exhale and fold. Letting the back round and the head be heavy. Let the feet relax, tuck the chin to the chest, pull the belly in, carefully roll yourself up. We'll sweep our hands and arms behind our back, remembering we can make fists if our wrists are sensitive. We'll press our heart space forward. We'll lean a little to the right here, and we'll take our left arm and make 3 big circles back. If we like, our gaze can follow our right thumb. We're coming into our last big arm circle. We'll put the hand down, lean a little left, and let our right arm make big circles around, our gaze following our right thumb. Last big circle here. Placing the hand down, finding our center, pressing the heart space forward. We can look up here if we like. We can lift the chin and tilt the head back. Connected to our breath and our body. Our mind quiet and calm as we see that lighthouse. Our heart space open as we continue to welcome in our gentle yoga practice. And then we'll release, bringing the head or gaze to center, sitting forward. We'll be making our way onto our backs for a final twist before we move into relaxation. You're welcome to lower slowly here or to just lay back. If you're coming down slowly again, let the legs be long in front of you. Reach the arms out at shoulder height. We'll tuck the chin to the chest, pull the belly in and feel the back round. And then with control, we'll slowly come down. No right or wrong here. You can set your own pace. When we lay down flat, let the arms reach up over your head. Welcome in that length. Maybe you point your toes. We'll release, getting ready for our twist. Let's hug in our left leg here, knee bent and thigh to chest. We'll keep our right hand on our left knee, and we'll open our left arm out like half of a T. Our palm is down, and we're going to guide that left leg as far over to the right as it will go. We can leave our face towards the ceiling or turn our head looking over our left hand. Come back to center, and we'll switch our legs, hug in the right. And now our left hand will stay on our right arm out like half of a T, and we'll guide the leg over, finding that twist. Feeling what is right on this side. Then we'll come back. We'll send our legs out long. We'll take one hand to our belly and one to our heart space. We'll allow our eyes to close or to be softly gazing. We'll notice our breathing. We'll celebrate this gentle rhythm. And we'll share together in the universal sound of Om, releasing it with an exhale. Inhale, exhale, Om. We'll repeat it once more. Inhale, exhale, From here, we'll move into a deeper relaxation. Let the arms drop down to your sides. If you wanted to wiggle or adjust, if you wanted to gather a blanket or a pillow, feel free to do so. If there was a final pose or movement you wanted to bring into your practice, go ahead and incorporate it. This is your time to make it right for you, so find what works. When you're ready, let the eyes be closed or softly gazing. Let yourself just breathe. In your mind's eye, see that lighthouse. If you haven't climbed the stairs of your lighthouse yet, do so here. Every step we take upward in our mind's eye brings us a sense of calm. We're moving towards a place where we can relax and renew. Allow yourself to arrive at the top of the lighthouse. Allow yourself to feel safe and secure here. This isn't a lighthouse out in a storm. This is a place of calm, a beautiful view you can take in. The climb up was worth it. Give yourself a few moments at the top of your lighthouse to just be. With our next breath out, we'll wiggle fingers and toes. In our mind's eye, we'll see ourselves leaving the lighthouse, working our way down. That feeling of calm, that sense of being relaxed, we carry it with us here. We'll let our fingers and toes come to stillness. If it's right for you, roll on to your side. You might bend the knees and curl them in towards your chest. You might use the hand or arm as a pillow. We'll give ourselves a moment to renew. And then we'll press ourselves up, returning to that comfortable seated position. Opening our eyes or blinking out of our softened gaze. We'll take another breath together. Inhale, raise the hands and arms, palms together in prayer. Exhale to heart center. Namaste.